Yes, sir. But we are strong. Woo. Yes. Loves me. Woo. Yes, sir. Amazing, 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 amazing. Wow. Wow. That was amazing. It's good to have you in here once again, Mr. Ben Bamidele.
It's a pleasure.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you for always availing yourself and for the wealth of knowledge you are always sharing. I mean, I have served on it under you and I'm still serving. So I can attest to the fact for of your the way you like to share. Share. So today we'll be actually talking about burning out as a musician. So I would like to ask, on behalf of the viewers and everyone, have you ever been burned out? We've been doing this for over 30 years. That's 3 decades. Have you ever been burned out?
Several times.
Wow. 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 Can you give us an example of maybe one time when you were burned out? Maybe 10 years ago or something. Just a brief one.
I would about precisely about say 10 years ago, eight, 10 years ago, I not like I almost left music, but you see, you get tired of what's in this, man. You know, and that's why it's very important that anything you do, don't expect anything from anyone in terms of encouragement, in terms of appreciation. Don't expect that. If you have a dream, if you have a goal, pursue it, and whatever your hand find to do it with all your strength, your might. You know, the one thing that sometimes makes musicians get fed up is when you expect appreciation from, from probably certain people, and you don't get it. You get fed up. So precisely 10 years ago, I think 8, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, yeah.
Wow.
I was at that point.
Yeah.
But what kept me was that dream. See, there will always be something in you if you
pushing.
that keep pushing you, and that was what kept me. I say to people, I said, there are I mean, a couple of things I could do aside from playing this guitar. But you see, I could leave every other thing for this instrument. You see, that gives me the drive.
Even then and even now?
Even now.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. So if you have a dream, you have a goal, you need to have the zeal, and then you pursue it. irrespective of the circumstances, irrespective of what you you're going through, you've been through. After nothing in life comes easy.
Hmm. Hmm.
There is no glory without a story. So I
Hmm.
want to assure you that you will get to that point someday.
Hmm.
But I'm encouraging you to stay put. Just focus on your dream or your goal, and
Wow.
that will keep you going because it will come.
Wow. 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 Thank you, sir. Thanks. So how that was when you experienced burnout, like one of the examples of when you experienced burnout. So how did you navigate yourself as a musician?
Mm.
And I also know you are also called into ministry also. So how did you manage to how did you navigate out of that burnout season? Because I know it's always for a season.
Yeah.
So how did you navigate that season, or how did you overcome that season, and then you are, alive again to, go greater lengths and even do greater exploits and even do greater, like a lot of projects. I know you have an album to your credit titled "It Shall Come to Pass," you know. So how did you navigate yourself out of that burnout season?
Well, I would share with you this, but you say we might go through the same situation, circumstances, but the truth of the matter is we would always have a different way to come out of it.
Mm.
So the way, uh, because God will always lead you through. He will take you through that. They say when you go through the fire,
Oh yeah.
when you go through the waters,
Mm.
so He will always be with you, always
Mm.
because he was with me and is still with me. He
Mm.
will always be with you through that moment. So, but for me, what I did then was I gave up a lot of things and I changed environment.
Wow. So you number one, you gave up a lot of things. More like you stopped doing some things,
Yeah,
involving yourself in some
I
things.
I I
Wow.
I left where I was,
Wow.
and that means I left friends, I left where I was,
Hmm.
you know, playing, I left,
Wow.
everyone around me, and
You didn't have a support system, like if friends, because you said you left friends.
yeah,
Wow.
I left friends,
Wow.
you see, um, and I decided to just sit
Hmm.
and just work things out for myself and just begin to get back that, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
But one thing that kept me through that period was number one, God kept me through.
Hmm.
Second thing is this guitar,
Wow.
because irrespective of what happens, I would not go through one day
Without.
without playing this instrument.
Wow.
And each time you sit to play, you are everything
Hmm.
becomes, you have that strength, you have that uh, your mind, you have the free mind, you have the strength with the
Hmm.
music, you know, because whether you like it or not, this instrument, okay, anyway, let me say music, it's a therapy.
It is. It
You
is. It
understand?
is. It is.
So, but focus, actually,
Hmm.
focus. I never lose focus.
Even in the burnout season.
I never
Wow.
lose focus. So it's very important. No matter what you go through and your focus. It's like going from here, you're going to the mall, and then you met people on the way
Hmm.
harassing you, try to And on your way to the mall, you're thinking of what you want to buy.
Yes.
You know what you were going for.
Mm.
But there are people that came, on your way to the mall and try to distract you with some things. But in your mind, you know what you were going for.
Wow.
So no amount of distraction. That is, if you're focused, if you are really going to the mall to get, if that's it's actually what you're going
Mm.
to get, if you're focused, no distraction will take it off your mind.
Mm.
You're still focused, but those challenges might still be there.
Still come through. Wow. Mm.
So you will keep pushing.
So
You will keep
focus.
pushing.
Focus. Number one, actually, the first one you mentioned was you gave up some things,
Yeah.
even in that burnout season. Because I know some people who would prefer to hold on to things, but you gave, as a musician, you need
Yeah.
to let things go. You need to
Yeah.
let it go.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned that you also changed your environment.
Environment.
You changed your environment. Even me personally, sometimes when I'm going through burnout seasons, or when I'm just, I try to, like, okay, I need fresh oil. I need that. Don't let me go spiritual now.
You need to refresh
I
your
need to
mind.
refresh. Sometimes refresh might mean me attending. Let me bring it down to church now. Might mean me attending another church for maybe like a Sunday or two, just to hear how do they do the
Yeah.
things, or how they,
Something
or
new.
somewhere. My younger brother is a saxophonist. Is someone who, once he's born out like this, he has churches where he does first timers. He'll be like, I'm going to collect first timers gift too, you know. But the thing is this, I really resonate with changing the environment, letting things go, giving up things. And you mentioned the last one, which is highly controversial. In a burnout season, don't lose focus. Don't lose focus. Don't lose focus. That's very powerful.
It's very
That's very
key.
powerful.
Yeah.
Because even in a way, I think not losing focus will actually even upskill you. You achieve something in a
Yeah.
way, in a
Yeah.
way,
Definitely.
in a way, in a way.
In a way.
So how do you manage? Yes, you are born out, but how do you navigate such that it doesn't affect other areas of your life as a musician? I know some people, as some musicians are pastors, some are working in the industry, some are working, some are fathers, some own businesses. So how do you navigate a burnout season as a musician, yet it shouldn't affect? How do you I know it's a thin line,
Yeah.
because burnout actually in a way affects the mental health, everything. But how do you do such that, because I saw a trend somewhere where they said where the person was like, show me a point of view of me. I'm going through a lot, but people don't know around me. So how do you navigate that?
Well, I would say um, you don't let, see, we don't write or uh, challenges on our forehead and carry it around. You might be going through stuff, but that doesn't mean you should,
Let things go. I just
yeah. And that affects your family, affects your
Mm,
work, job, affects, no, 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 no. While you're looking for solution, you need to also try as much as possible to keep things together,
mm,
especially your family.
mm,
Yes, especially the family. You have to find a way to keep things, you know,
together.
together.
Mm,
And then I know definitely God will always give you wisdom
mm.
to go through it, no matter what it
Okay.
is.
We are still on the topic of being
Hmm.
burnout, but then I want to ask this question, and I'm sure everyone out there also wants to know, is in a burnout season, how do you manage comparison as a musician? You, for example, I know people, even in their burnout season, or even when you're not burnt out, and you are in a concert, one band and one minister just raised the roof
Yeah.
on fire, and now you know how your rehearsals start, how it sounded during rehearsal, and you have already. How do you deal with? Is it inferiority complex or comparison model or whatever? How do you navigate that? Because it's an issue.
Yeah,
Correct me if
it
I'm
is.
wrong.
It is an issue. Um, for me, it's not, most of the time, it's not comparison.
Mm,
It's complex.
okay.
You feel, you feel, it could even be inferiority.
Mm, mm,
You understand? It could be. And then you could even feel you, you are even more, I mean, much
but
more
better.
than the better. You understand? So
So it's a two-way coin.
it's a complex thing,
Mm,
um,
mm.
especially, and that's why, you see. Let me share something with you. For me personally,
Yes, sir. Don't sugarcoat it, though.
no matter what you are, no matter who you are,
Mm,
right? As a musician, or as even not musician, if I see you do something and did it so outstanding, and I never feel, I never have any complex. Why? Because
mm.
the worst you can do is to go back and sit and think of, how do I get to this
Get to
level?
this level.
So even, you see, I do tell people, I can work with, I can work with kindergarten
Students.
students. I can work with anyone. It's not about you. It's not about how how good you are.
Mm,
It's about what you can give.
mm,
So at the level at which you are, there is something that you could do.
mm,
So if you meet somebody there that did the same thing better than you do, the, 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 the worst you can do is go to that person and say, "Man, how do I get to this level?
mm.
You understand? How do I get to this level?" And that's what.
But some people, in my own defense, some people will be like, I don't know what I even played, though. I don't, no, no, yo, say,
Yeah,
like you
some,
will
yeah,
hear,
but that's,
and you
it's
will
not.
hear it, you
It's,
will hear this,
yeah.
not once, not twice.
Mm.
You will hear it like, okay, whenever on this song, it does this thing. When I say, yes, sir, play this thing, oh, he will now be doing as if no. I mean, yeah, yeah. So how do we deal with that as an upcoming musician, as people striving to be better, dealing with comparison model, and then we still have these top people who are good, but they don't want to show. How do we navigate that?
You see, we are in an age where you go to the internet
Mm,
and you get every details, every materials back in the days when we were learning to play the instrument or to play music, you can come across a cassette maybe once in a year.
mm,
You understand? The first day I got a cassette, the very cassette of George Benson. That was in 1992.
wow.
1992 that I got. It was like I won $5 million lottery.
George Benson, that's one of the greats.
You understand? It was
Is he
like,
your mentor?
he is my mentor.
Wow. Wow.
He is definitely my mentor. I've listened to others too, but I actually started out with George Benson.
Mm.
Back then it was like, so you don't come across materials like that, like you have now.
No.
So
Mm.
for me, in this age that we are, if you heard someone play and then you try to approach a person probably doesn't want to open up.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a musician, you will have at least a little idea of what it
What
is,
he
right?
did, yes, yes.
Look for somebody else and say, this, I heard. This, how did it go? How do you do this? Or you go to the internet. I know sometimes internet might be confusing, honestly. And
Very,
and and let me
very.
let me shock you that it is possible that the person that played those stuff that you're asking cannot
Mm-hmm.
explain,
But he knows.
but he can play. There are
Yeah, that's visualization.
yes, yes. It is possible
Hmm.
that people play a lot of things, play well, but actually can't really explain
Explain what
what
they've
they play.
did. Mm. Mm.
So how does he want to start to explain to you?
Mm.
You understand now? There are a lot of people like that. I mean, that I know, they play so well, but they can't really
Explain.
explain what they play. So
Yeah.
if but for some they don't want to. There are some that
Mm.
just don't want to explain, which is to me it's very wrong,
Mm.
because freely you've been given, freely
So
also give.
you, thank you,
In
sir.
fact, if you don't want to give freely,
At
tell him to
least
pay, but share the
share
the
the
knowledge.
knowledge.
You understand? Uh, uh, um, two was it 2 3 weeks ago? I was a friend sent me a message and he
Mm.
said, "Do you know this?" No, he said, "I'm chatting with somebody now on WhatsApp." I said, "Okay." He said, "This person said he knows
Mm.
you." I said, "Okay, what's his name?" And they mentioned his name. I said, "Oh," and I didn't say more than that. And he said, I didn't say, he used to be my student.
So-
I said, oh, yeah, I know him. And he was chatting with him and he was chatting with me. And he said, you taught him to play the guitar and without collecting,
Anything.
yeah, you understand? And then, and I said, well, that's the little we can give as a
Mm.
legacy to do it for me. And he sent another message and he said, wow, he's just talking about good things about you.
You. Mm.
You understand? Share this information, share this knowledge. Some will say, nobody taught me. So
Yeah.
how will I
How did
teach?
so? How did but how did they come about? So an angel came to and said, hey,
No, no, no. It's it
Mary,
it
Mary,
it is possible.
Jesus is bringing chords.
No, let me tell you something. Uh, the
Yes, sir.
only lesson
Mm.
that I that I that I had on this guitar that I was taught by a friend
Someone. Mm.
was the chord of C, F, and G,
Wow.
and it was
Wow.
and it was just playing it here.
Hey.
I can say that
Hey.
was the
Wow.
only lesson I got on the guitar.
From you, your then music teacher?
Yeah,
Wow.
you understand? He's a friend. You understand? And he plays. So just I've been looking for someone to teach me. I had, and
Wow.
it was very. I mean,
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
talking about 1980,
Yeah.
80 something like that.
Yes,
Maybe
sir.
80, 80, 85, 86. So there are people that don't never had a teacher. I never had a teacher. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I had to go back. You know, I advanced to a level, then I had to go back and began to get books, began to get especially when I heard the first time I heard George Benson. I had to drop this guitar for like a week and rethink
Yo, is this what you want to
if I
do with
really
your
want to play
life?
this guitar. But I love the guitar so much because I
Mm,
couldn't believe someone could play.
that's good.
And I was blown away.
Wow.
You understand? So I had to get books, began to
Mm,
listen to him, began to mimic his playing, play all his songs. I would try and play everything he played,
mm,
and then got books. And so there are people like that I never had a teacher, but that's not an excuse. You understand?
mm, mm,
The fact that you can do this thing, even if you don't know how to
mm,
explain it, show them.
mm.
It's very important. So there are people. So when you come across people,
Like that.
two things: it's either they can't explain or probably they don't want to.
Mm,
So if you, I mean, to me that would not bring me down because I know where I'm going. I know the standard that I've set that I want to achieve.
mm,
You
mm.
understand that I want to attain. So some of those things will come.
Okay. Okay. In order to wrap this up, I would just say, what should we expect from you in the next maybe 2, 3, 5 years from now, musically? Any album coming soon?
Definitely, I I have a single that will be released in maybe in 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I have like two singles coming out maybe in the next 2 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're
Wow.
coming
Wow.
out,
Wow. So,
and
guys,
then
I'm gonna put his YouTube channel, the link to his YouTube channel somewhere
yeah,
in the description. You guys should go there to get the single, to get the single.
there are a lot of things by God's grace that anyway, as it unfolds, you will see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He doesn't want to spill the beans here. It's all right. It's all right. Um, guys, don't forget, we'll be wrapping this up now. Don't forget to subscribe, click on that notification bell so that you get notified. See you in the next one. Glad to have you here once again, Mr. Ben
You're welcome. It's
Bamidele.
it's a
Yeah,
it's a it's a
what
pleasure.
is that your stage name also?
Yeah, that's my stage
Yeah,
name.
yeah. That's how you will know the OGs. They don't go by something strings. You
Nah,
just
nah,
pa. Yeah, them. Good to have you here, sir. Amazing, amazing, amazing
thank you,
discussion.
thank you.
Amazing wealth of experience, and we are so grateful to have you here. And we would love to have you more in the next episode. And yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. It's a
Bye.
pleasure.